that easy being green. Having to spend each day the color of the leaves. But I think it could be nicer, be it red or yellow or gold, or something much more colorful like that. It's not that easy being green. It seems you're blending with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. But green's the color of the spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big like a mountain, or important like a river, or tall like a tree. When green is all there is to be, it could make you wonder why. But why wonder? Wonder why? I'm green, and it'll do fine, and it's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be.
Thank you, James. That was beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you ready for my joke this
Yes.
morning?
Sure.
I know you're going to. We'll see. All right, so there's this man who hires 3 people. One is Italian, one is Polish, and one is Japanese. And so he tells the Italian man, you're in charge of inventory. He tells the Polish man that you're in charge of accounting. And he tells the Japanese man that he's in charge of supplies. And so the owner leaves for a couple hours and he comes back to see how things are going. And he finds the guy in charge of inventory and the accountant guy, and they're working really hard. But he can't seem to find the Japanese guy. And so they all take off looking for him. They can't find him anywhere in the building, so they just give up and they decide they're going to go home. So they're out in the parking lot, and like out of nowhere, this Japanese guy comes out and yells, "Supplies!"
Oh my God.
Surprise, surprise. Somebody did get it. Okay, well, I tried. Yes, Mitch is the one that sent that one to me, so if you didn't like it. All right, so this month is all about transformation and regeneration. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
Because are you happy exactly where you are?
Sure, pretty
Oh,
much.
pretty much.
Working on it.
Okay, well, you don't have to listen today. Transformation, regeneration, which means what? That we are truly overcomers of every challenge, of every situation that we find ourselves in. Wow, doesn't that make you feel great?
Yes.
I'm an overcomer. Can we say that together? I am an overcomer. Now let's say it like we mean it. I am an overcomer. And you are. That's what you were born to be. And let me tell you, there are tons of verses in the Bible about the benefits of being an overcomer. It says, to him who overcomes will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone and a new name on the stone, which no one knows who receives it. He who overcomes will thus be clothed in a white garment, and I will not erase his name from the book of life, and I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. And he who overcomes, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will go out and in from it, and I will write his name on the name of my God and the name of my God's city, the new Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from God, and my new name. So the overcomer receives a ton of benefits. The overcomer knows who God is. The overcomer knows he's a spiritual being. The overcomer knows he has the power within to overcome and create anything. Isn't that exciting? That I'm not stuck in any place or anywhere with anything, with any condition. I can overcome it because I am a powerful spiritual being of God, made in his image and likeness. Jesus said, seek the truth and the truth shall set you free. Well, that's what the truth is. You're an overcomer. You have the power, the energy, the grace of God to overcome anything. Anything. Nothing is too big for God. So, what gets in our way, right, from believing that? Well, a lot of times we've gone through life's experiences not believing that we're powerful, not believing that we have God right by our side, not believing that we can overcome. So we have past experiences in life that want to tell us, no, you're not an overcomer. You failed at this, you failed at this, you failed at this. Why would you ever believe in the truth? Well, we didn't know when we were growing up that we were overcomers. We didn't know when we were growing up and going through life that God was with us 24/7. We didn't know we had the spiritual power within us to overcome and be successful. So we need to let go of all that old baggage of believing in the past where we didn't quite succeed at what we were wanting to succeed at because we didn't know who we are. We didn't know who was standing with us. Right? Because Jesus says, of myself I can do nothing. He says, of myself I can do nothing. But with God, I can do all things. So even Jesus knows that by himself he can do nothing. That he has this power within him to transform and renew everything. So that's exciting, right? Right? Because even, all right. Because even though sometimes we believe we're doing our best, right? We're doing our best, and it still didn't work out as a success. And it didn't work out because doing our best in truth is not enough. We need to include God in what we are doing. We need to remember that we're a spiritual being. We need to remember that we have spiritual power. We need to remember that we are creative. Right? And Jesus tells us not to believe in the world of appearance, because the world of appearance has no power. It has no power. You have the power. You've been given the power since day one. In the book of Genesis, God says we have power and dominion over every creeping little thing. Now that doesn't mean we have power over people. Just want to clarify that. But it does mean you have power over what you think, over what you feel, over what you say. And those are the things that create our reality. Right? Whatever I'm holding onto, if I'm in a negative place, I'm just creating more negativity. If I'm in a positive place, I can be experiencing positive things. If I'm in lack and limitation, I'm going to experience lack and limitation. If I feel like a victim, I'm going to continue to experience things of being a victim. So however I see myself in the mirror is what I'm becoming, right? So if I'm looking in the mirror and I got a frown on my face, can any of my friends turn that frown into a smile? Not if they're not there. Can I push the mirror and make the frown a smile? No. There's nothing that's going to change that reflection till I change it myself, correct? When I'm smiling in the mirror is smiling right back at me. So why not look in the mirror and say, God, I am an amazing overcomer today and every day. That it doesn't matter what challenge gets put before me, I know you are with me. I know I have power within me to overcome, to listen to that divine guidance that I receive that tells me what I need to say, shows me what I need to do, to listen to those ideas of prosperity and abundance and to not turn them down. How many times do we get ideas and we say, no, I can't do that. No, that's too scary. No, that makes me go outside my comfort box. No, I can't do that, God. Does that sound like an overcomer? No, and that's what you were born to be. An overcomer. One who overcomes everything. Jesus says in the Bible, I have overcome the world. Which means you can overcome the world too. Yes, there will be tribulations, but I have overcome the world. The Christ in you has overcome every challenge. Which means you can do it too. For Jesus said, these things I do, you can do and even greater things. So it's time to start believing it. It's time to start walking it and talking it. Because anyone who has overcome anything, and we have great characters in the Bible, Moses and Joseph and King David and Jesus, all the characters in the Bible overcome whatever the challenge is. There's not one of them that did not. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Whenever they put their faith in God, they overcame whatever the challenge was before them. Isn't that amazing? That Moses saw plague after plague after plague, yet he didn't give up. When all odds were against him, that he could lead 3 million people out of Egypt. Right? That was just one man who accomplished that because what? He believed he was an overcomer. He believed he could do it, and he believed God was by his side. And he did an amazing thing. Well, so can all of us. Each and every one of us here can quit believing in the power of the outer world. And we have to speak the same way too. Because if you see any overcomers in the Bible or in life, they're not saying, I'm going to overcome this disease, yet I have to tell you about my arthritis. Right? They're not going to tell you I'm going to be a millionaire. Oh, I've got only this much in my checking account. Do you see how that cancels each other? Oh, I've got my problems with my daughter-in-law, yet I'm an overcomer and I'm going to have a relationship with her. You have to see what you're claiming, because what you're claiming is what you're creating. So no matter how badly I want to believe I'm an overcomer, if I'm telling you, oh, my arthritis is acting up, oh, my pain is acting up, oh, I only have this, I only have that. All these reasons, this negativity that I'm used to talking about, I need to change. I need to change. We talked about that last Sunday. I love to change, right? And you can do it. It just takes time. We can say, yeah, my body is getting better every day. My bank account is growing every day. That my relationship with my granddaughter or whomever is getting better every day. Can we talk that way? That the stock market may be going down, but my prosperity is growing every day, right? Because you're an overcomer. It doesn't matter whether the stock market is going down or up. Who are you? You are an overcomer. You get to start today. Who are you? You're a divine child of God. Who is your source? God, not the stock market. So why get tied up in it? You are prosperous. You are an overcomer. It doesn't matter what the stock market is doing. Right?
Right.
Can we say that together? It doesn't matter what the stock market is doing. Because who is my source?
God.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we got faith that God is our source. And who are we? We are divine expressions of God. God is my source. God is unlimited. So why would I wrap up all my prosperity in the stock market when God is unlimited? God is all resourceful. God has a million ways to bring prosperity to us. The stock market is just one way. So why get all down about that? That takes us out of our overcoming energy, right?
Right.
Who wants to get sad about that? No. God is in charge. All is in divine order. God is in charge. All is in divine order. Remember that. Remember who you are. Have you ever gone without anything just yet? Has God left you high and dry at any point in time? I don't think so. You're here. And God's not going to leave you high and dry today either. Because today we recognize who we are. We are not the creatures of the past. I'm going to leave my past behind. Yes, maybe I was not successful then, but today I claim the truth. I am an overcomer. An overcomer. Can you feel it? Because you have to be able to feel it to believe it. So do you want to feel it today?
Yes.
Can you take the energy that is within you and believe that I'm an overcomer? And I'm an overcomer because God is with me 24/7. That I am a spiritual being with the power to create anything I choose to create. So why would I ever think otherwise? Right? Does it do you any good to go into fear? Does it do you any good to criticize yourself because you thought something negative? Does it do you any good to beat yourself up? No. No, that just gives you further from the truth. And Jesus said it's the truth that sets you free. And it's the truth that you're a divine spiritual being. It's the truth that you're an overcomer. It's the truth that you can create whatever you choose to create. But you're the one that has to do the work within yourself. Within yourself, you have to turn that frown into a smile. Within yourself, you have to start claiming that I am whole and I am free. You have to start talking that way. You have to start believing that way. And then guess what? You'll start seeing it in the world that way. Right? Because the world is screaming really loud right now. And we are here to be those overcomers. No matter what they're saying on the news, no matter what they want to predict is going to be the worst thing that could ever happen, no matter what anyone is saying to you, you know who you are. We know who we are. And we're not some weak worm of the dust. You were born in the image and likeness of God. So what does that look like? What does that mean to you? Are you ready to let go of the past? Ready to let go of those old negative ways of thinking? Ready to let go of those ideas that I'm a failure, that I can't do something because they're simply not the truth of you. But you have to speak the words. Speak to your friends, your family. that I am healthy and whole, that I am getting better every day, that I am prosperous. I don't care what you want to say about the stock market. I know I'm a prosperous person and that God provides for me. Right? Who cares what everybody else in the world thinks? But are you willing to stand in that truth?
Yes.
Or is it easier to say, yeah, you're right, the stock market sucks. We'll be lucky if we have anything to eat next month. Are you going to stand in your truth? Because overcomers stand in their truth. When somebody's complaining about the stock market, say, okay, yeah, it's down, but God is my source, not the stock market. Okay, I may be sick today, but God is my source, and I'm getting better every day. And that's the way I have to speak. No matter who tells you and comes up to you and says, oh, you look tired today. Doesn't that just... oh, you look tired today. And then you start believing you're tired, and then you actually go there. But no, if you tell them, well, you know what? You may think I look tired, but I am filled with energy, life, and vitality. You know, I'm going to claim the truth of who I am. But it's not easy when we got family and friends who are not on the same page with us. I know that. But do you want to live their way, or do you want to live your way? The choice is yours. Do you want to sink down to their level, or would you rather choose to lift them up to where you are? Because Jesus says, if I be lifted up, I lift all men up around me. So why not do that? Why not stand in your truth? Why not believe in the truth when people are being not on the same page? And lift them up instead of sinking down into their story, into their negativity. So the world needs us right now. The world needs us to claim the truth. The world needs us to know who we are. That we can create peace. That we can create joy. That we can create beauty. That we can create prosperity. And we are. But we can't fall into the trap of everyone else wanting to create this conflict. No. Say, no, I'm done with that. I'm choosing to believe in God. I'm putting my faith and trust in God, knowing that we can overcome anything in the world. Anything. Joshua made it to the promised land. We all can make it to the promised land. But we have to believe it. We have to overcome all those challenges that are before us. And there's always going to be a challenge because we are here to spiritually grow. We're here to spiritually grow, to change like we talked about last week, to change, to rise up higher. Because whatever level we have created a problem, you have to be up higher to resolve it. You cannot resolve a problem at the level of the problem. You have to trust God, surrender to God, and say, this is my situation, God. I surrender it to you. Show me what to do. Tell me what to say. Give me the path to success. And you'll get it. You will get it. And sometimes the answer is to just be quiet. And we have to accept that, right? Sometimes we have to be quiet and let God do his job. And just hold that space for love and light and joy and beauty and abundance. And let God do his job. And then when we're told to do something, do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Moses could have been afraid to take the people out of Egypt. But no, God says, Moses, I am with you always. Well, God is with each and every one of us always. But we have to claim it. We have to speak it. We have to live it. Which means we have to let go of our old ways. Which is not always easy, but we can do it. We can do it. It just takes practice. Every once in a while, I'll catch myself saying something very negative about something. But see, I caught myself. In the past, I would have just said it and not thought anything about it. But if I'm catching myself, then I can do something about it. I can say, you know what? I'm not going to say that anymore. I can remember everything, right? How many of us say we can't remember anything? Do you hear what you're saying? Do you hear what you're creating? So why not change that little phrase to, I can remember everything, because you are that divine mind of God. So why would you call that divine mind of God an entity that can't remember anything? Does that make any sense? We're the ones that are creating the challenge, because we're telling everybody, I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. I can't remember what I did last week. I can't remember the name of the singer. I can't remember this. I can't remember that. Well, okay then. The universe is hearing you loud and clear. I can't remember, so hence you can't remember anything. So why not change your words to I can remember everything? Why not change our words that I can heal anything in my body? Why not change our words to say that we are overcomers, right? So can we say that together? I am an overcomer. Together? I am an overcomer. One more time. I am an overcomer. And you are. That's what you were created to be. And that's what we're here to do. So today we claim it, today we're going to live it, and today we're going to express that wonderful energy of overcoming the whole rest of the year. Right?
Right.
I got one taker. Not just today, the whole rest of the year. All right.
I am not tired.
There you go. I like it. She's learning fast. Okay, so let's just take this into prayer. Let's take a deep breath. Almighty God, today I claim the truth. For we are told it is always the truth that sets us free. Today I claim that I am a spiritual being and that I have an amazing faith in the power and presence of God that is within me. Surrendering all my worry, my fear, any negativity, I just surrender it now because it's not the truth of who I am. But today I choose to see myself as an overcomer. I look in the mirror, I look in my eyes, and I see an individual who is an overcomer with all the power, all the strength, all the creativity, all the love, all the joy is right here within me. So today I choose to put all my faith in that power that is within me. No matter what's showing up in my life or in my world, I know the truth that God in me is greater than anything in my life. So today I know that truth. And I speak that truth. And I live that truth. Because I choose to be free. Because I choose to experience the fullness of God in every way. So I let God be God in me today. Surrendering the past and saying yes to the truth of who I am. That amazing spiritual being made in the image and likeness of God, that through the use of my faith, through my imagination, through my words, I can change my life and I can change my world. So today we stand together in that beautiful light of grace, claiming the truth that we are overcomers. And we just allow that beautiful light to radiate out into the world, letting every soul tap into that beautiful energy of spirit, awakening them to the truth that they are all overcomers. That together we can create joy and love and peace and beauty in our world. That together, in the light, we are truly overcomers of the world.
so it is.